We did.
Alright, so this video really triggered me the other day. You probably saw my rant with Eliana with it. So basically, he says because he loves to goat to his fans that like, oh, there's gonna be a Danny Phantom sequel, even though he doesn't own the rights to the show. Nickelodeon does, and they canceled that show for a reason. And a good chunk of that reason is probably Butch, because Butch is a bad writer, and he comes up with ideas such as the Ghost Tornado. This is the part a lot of people don't know about the story, is that he doesn't know. Oh, I'm peeking a little bit. Let me just turn that down just a smidge. Alright, good. So I shouldn't be peeking anymore. Wait, maybe that's a little too low. Let's try like that. Ba 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 ba. Alright, there you go. So if I don't yell like that, it shouldn't be. But anyway, so basically he's kind of fallen from grace and kind of fallen out of notoriety, and he's kind of clinging to the nostalgia that his fans have for this show. And I liked Danny Phantom as a kid. It wasn't my favorite show of all time, but like it was an okay show. I mean, it was practically just Spider-Man, but with ghosts. But like, I just really hate this video because he's like, there should be the next generation of Danny Phantom. Like, dude, just shut up, please. Like, it's really cringe that like he draws fan fiction of his own show, and it's just weird, and people read it as gospel like it's canon. And he's never gonna get the rights back to the show. Nickelodeon's never gonna do that.
Phantom. Okay, we got.
And like normally, it irritates me because normally I'm like, oh, I don't like it when corporations hold on to the IP of an artist's like character story, just because they're the publisher. I feel like the creator deserves like the rights and distribution rights and shit, and that the that's a different thing for a different day. But this is like one of the few times where I'm like, yeah, I think the corporation should keep it. Like you'll never hear me say, yeah, I think the corporation should keep it, because. But this is one of the things where it's like this dude ruined Danny Phantom for the worst. Like all the like a lot of the things people will tell you. Like first of all, he didn't draw Danny Phantom. What's his name? John Silverman, whatever his name was, the guy who made Kim Possible, he drew Danny Phantom. The guy who drew Kim Possible drew Danny Phantom, and then the guy who I forget the writer's name, but someone else wrote the scripts for Danny Phantom. So I don't know why he's like because he created the idea after drawing it on a piece of paper during a script meeting, he's suddenly like the head um the face of Danny Phantom when he doesn't even draw when he draws Danny Phantom, it doesn't look like Danny Phantom because he didn't draw Danny
Danny
Phantom.
Fenton, who turns into
John
Danny Phantom.
Silverman
We got
did.
Sam Manson, we got Tucker, we got Jack Fenton, Maddie Fenton, Jazz Fenton, the whole.
Also, I'm pretty sure Nick. I don't care if you're the creator of the show. I don't think Nick wants you to use these characters like in your videos. Like, sure, you're doing little behind the scenes, whatever, but like, I don't know. Like, I feel like every behind the scenes thing that's like a corporation condones, they usually have a little disclaimer saying like the political beliefs and opinions of this creator does not represent the company. And I don't know, man. Like, I just feel like they don't want this dude tied to Nickelodeon anymore. If you Google it, will correct what? Oh, Steven Silver. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I said John. Steven Silver. Yeah, that's the guy.
We got the Box Ghost, we got Skulker, we got Ember, we got Vlad Plasmius too. But what happens to all these characters as they age, as they get older? I mean, what happens? We've done Danny Phantom 10 years later. We've done Danny Phantom the college years. But I was thinking, Danny Phantom, the next generation, has got to be the thing that comes next. And what happens in the next generation? That means Danny Phantom would be a dad.
Why? That doesn't even make sense. Why would that I get that this is like a clickbaity video, but why would you, that's a terrible idea for a sequel. Terrible idea. I mean, like, time skips can be done right, but I personally believe if you do a time skip for your protagonist, don't make it go past like 5 years. Any more than 5 years, don't do a time skip. Samurai Jack's a little different. They kind of made the joke about how, oh, Samurai Jack ended years ago or whatever. They kind of made the joke that 50 years have passed. You know, it was kind of like part of the joke. Um, and Avatar's a little different too because they had to age up the characters, so obviously more than 5 years had to go. But I personally feel like if you want the same protagonist, I should say, yeah, if you're not passing the torch and you're using the same protagonist and they're the face of the story, don't do a time skip that's more than 5 years.
But who, if he has kids, who's the mom? Which one of the girl characters on the show does he marry? Does he marry Valerie?
Oh, that's so cringe. Who's the mom? Which of the girl characters on the show does he marry? I hate that. I hate that he says that, as if like his female characters weren't characters. They're incubators for fictional babies. And it's like, I remember like freshman year when I was talking to, I was getting help from like the writing department with like the synopsis for the comic for Skippy, and like I talked about like one of the auxiliary characters, who's a girl getting pregnant after the boyfriend dies or something. It was that trope where like the boyfriend dies and then like miraculously she got pregnant right before he died, and then she told me how that like that's such a terrible trope for women or whatever, and like I didn't know, like, I was really ignorant at the time. Then I thought about it. I'm like, yeah, it is kind of sucks that like a lot of these girl side characters are either romantic interests or they're just there to give birth, and that's kind of shitty. There's so many other goals and aspirations aside from motherhood. There's nothing wrong with being a mom, but like for a fictional character, it's like being a mom is very limiting in your fictional action show story. It just also I went on this rant, but like for the sake of the stream, like remember like the ending of the regular show. Let me pull that up. The regular show. Oh wait, like I don't know if I can do that. No, I'm not going to do that. I don't. Wait, but what I can do, hold on a second. I can Google the character. So, Google regular show. Okay, so in the ending the regular show, they did a little time skip. Mordecai grows up, gets his art in like an exhibit. He meets this girl. She was not a character in the show. Let me full screen this. Oh, no, I went to the Wikipedia. Okay, I didn't need to do all that. Okay, how do I do the thing? View image. Okay, here we go. We'll just like open a new tab. Okay. So then we'll. Oh my gosh, no. No, no. Where's view image as? Open image in new tab. Okay. So this back character on the right here, he just meets her, I think, just randomly, and then like in the time skip it's explained that they move in together, eventually get married, have kids, it was like the time skip ending. But she was not a character in the show. She wasn't Margaret. She wasn't the Cloud Girl. She wasn't part of the love triangle. Because regular show realizes that people just randomly meet people in life. Like I could be wrong, but I don't think you and Izzy are dating, but y'all weren't best friends in preschool, right? And then just grew up together and became high school sweethearts and all that. No, you just randomly met. No offense, I'm not trying to belittle your relationship. I'm just stating that's what's more common for people. People run into each other. Chemistry forms, things happen. But like, so that was something kind of. I know a lot of people don't talk about the regular show ending, but that was one of those endings where I was like, damn, that was like really relatable. Uh, I also like future Mordecai's drip. Really cool. His kids are kind of scary though. His mocking, like half Mockingjay, half Bat kids. I can't even find a picture of them. I don't even think I'm gonna. Maybe if I type in Mordecai family. I hope I don't get like weird fan art on here. Actually, I think I should. I can just show that because it's 18 plus. Oh no, this is like his family. Okay, that's not what I was expecting, but interesting. Didn't see that episode. I want Mordecai's like family. I guess this is fan art of it, but man, I used to really relate to Mordecai because he was the character that was in his late 20s, and his whole thing was that he went to art school. Okay, what is happening? I cannot. Mordecai family kids. Mordecai kids. Okay, here it is. I finally found it. Open image in new tab. Yeah. So all his kids. Yeah, Muscle Man kids too. So. Oh. Oh. These kids look weird. Yeah, Mordecai's kids just look like abominations. They look like weird chimeras. Yeah, bats and mockingbirds weren't supposed. Sorry, blue jays or whatever he's supposed to be weren't supposed to mix. You know what was weird? Let me pull up Chowder's kids. Now I'm like going on a weird. I was talking shit about how having kids is the bad sequel, and yet I'm like going through these, but like normally they're not great. Making a sequel with the characters' kids usually not a good trope idea. Let me look up. Uh, Chowder adult. Oh no! Let me not do that. Chowder kids and a hope that just comes up. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I guess part of the joke too was that she wanted like a gazillion babies, and like he just had them. Adult Chowder. That's funny. So it'd be like that sometimes. Like you just grow. Like, nah, but what you get tall and wide, and you're like, oh, this is what aging is. Get tall and wide. Oh wait, he meets his younger self. What? Did that happen in the episode? Or remember that? I mean, these kids look all right. Kind of weird. Still don't know what Chowder is. Whether he's a bunny or I thought he was like a. I don't know what he is. I think that was part of the joke with Chowder too. It's like, what animal is he? I mean, I can't really judge because a lot of people are like, what animal is Skippy? I'm like, he's a bear. I feel like the ears give it away, but I don't know. A lot of people get confused. Anyway, I'm getting off kilter here. Back to the rant on Butch Hartman.
Gray, who tried to basically destroy him many times, or does he marry Sam Manson, who's been his sidekick the entire time? I think in this.
So there's several reasons why this doesn't make sense, because again, like people don't usually shack up with their girls they dated in high school, just normally, let alone in a show. Like if they did a time skip and Danny had kids and he was just with some random person we hadn't met, that would make sense. So Valerie's a terrible choice because first of all, why would she want to marry Danny when her whole thing was that she hated ghosts? They had that thing like in American Dragon Jake Long where they're both she was the ghost hunter, he was the ghost, but they were dating and they had this kind of chemistry, but they had this rift between them because they were both leading double lives. Those are that's just an unhealthy relationship. Despite them fighting, not like abusive domestic fighting, but like superhero violent. It's still not a healthy relationship. The lies, the deceit, all that shit. It's not healthy. And why would she give birth to kids that could potentially become ghosts when her whole thing was she despises ghosts and wants to destroy ghosts. Doesn't make sense. Unless she had like a character arc where she learned to like ghosts, but that's not how the show happened, if I remember right. Also, when she, if I remember in the episode where they did like a flash forward to Danny Phantom, like in the future, she was a superhero, like protecting Anime Park, the city they live in, from ghost danger. So she kind of took up the mantle of Danny Phantom as being the hero to save the day. So if those are aspirations, why would she give that up for domesticated motherhood? I don't know. It just seems a little tone deaf. And then Sam's another terrible choice because she's super anti-establishment. She like the she was just super anti-domesticated cessation. Like the suburban housewife, leave it to Beaver thing is not for her. She's her whole thing. She's a rebel. She's not like other girls. She doesn't want to be tied down. I mean, she had a crush on Danny, but like aside from that, she still wanted her independence. So like completely stripping that because she's the girl love interest and being like, oh, she's got to be the mom. It's like Butch. It doesn't make sense, man.
This version, Danny marries Sam Manson. I think Danny and Sam, they got to get together because everybody wants them to anyway. It's always been a will they, won't they. They've been kind of boyfriend and girlfriend. He even kisses her in Phantom Planet. So the relationship gets...
That's another thing. It's such a child. I remember when I was a kid, and when like the guy would kiss the girl at the end of the movie, I used to think like, oh, they're in love. And like as I got older, I was just like, what are they? Okay. But like, can they hold down a relationship? It just doesn't make sense. Like, just because Indiana Jones kisses these women doesn't mean he stays with them. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Like, why don't they just show? I'd rather watch a show where the character is in a relationship from the beginning of the show, and their relationship develops, becomes more intimate, or worsens, or that's just more interesting. Because holding on to a relationship is hard. Just kissing somebody at the end and putting the end is easy as fuck. That's why I like Yu Yu Hakusho. In Yu Yu Hakusho, he just has a girlfriend, and like part of the thing too is that like he has to balance like being this guy who fights demons and like the shonen protagonist thing while he's also in a way neglecting his girlfriend to do all this training and fighting and stuff. You know, it's not like in Dragon Ball Z where Goku's wife is just chill with him never being home, not raising her kids, never providing, not having an income. I mean, they run it off as a joke, but like there's like this trope of like shonen protagonists being bad dads because they always get the time skip the end ending when they have kids, but then like you realize them becoming a parent doesn't make sense because their responsibilities of saving the world and fighting villains doesn't tie into it. Just doesn't make sense.
It's more solidified there. All the other things I've done where we've advanced Danny Phantom, we've had Sam by his side. So Sam's the perfect choice to be Danny Phantom's wife. He's the perfect choice to be her husband. So bam, they get...
Oh, so why is he the perfect choice to be her husband? Just because he's the protagonist? Just because they kissed in high school? That doesn't make sense. Such a leap in logic.
Married, and they have 2 kids. They have a boy and they have a girl. The boy's name, Jackson Fenton. The girl's name, Misty Fenton, and they are both twins. That's right, they're twins. We pick up the show when they're 10 years old, and they're starting to realize that they have ghost powers too. So it's like when Superman and Lois Lane got together. They had kids and they had superpowers. Or the Fantastic Four, Reed Richards and Sue Richards, they had Franklin Richards and his sister. They had...
Those are some of the worst comics in both of the... Okay, so I know you're not a comics person, Julia, but in comics, normally, when the protagonist superhero and their love interest gets married and has kids, usually the comic dies because it's not interesting. When the character has no worries and they're living that domesticated life, you know, we're not, you know, the domesticated life and fighting supervillains are 2 different things, you know? So, I mean, I feel like it can be done well, like in The Incredibles. I like them. I liked how he had to balance his marriage and being a parent and stuff. I like how all that affected Mr. and Mrs. Incredible. I thought that was cool. So then when they become the superhero family in the end, it feels satisfying. I feel like that's one of the few times it's done right, to be honest. The domesticated superhero. Yeah, oh yeah, same brain. Yeah, The Incredibles. But like with this, it doesn't make sense because like she's not a superhero. She and look how dead she looks in this job. This doesn't. This sort of looks like an adult Danny fan. This doesn't look like Sam. Sam was goth. She didn't. She. I remember there was specifically a scene in the show where her mom gave her a dress, and she either burned it or spray painted it black and then burned it because she's like, I don't fuck with that domesticated cookie cutter female role stuff. You know, she was like, in a way, she was like a third wave feminist. You know, as far as like a Nickelodeon character could go, but like for her to turn into like the mom from Dexter's Laboratory. It just doesn't make sense with like the gloves, and it's not Sam.
Well.
Unless you do like an arc explaining that being goth was a phase in high school, and she realizes that there are more important things to her like family and motherhood and shit like that. But even then, I don't even see her having kids. I feel like she'd be the type of person to adopt. I don't know.
I think it's a perfect logical argument to think that Danny Phantom's children would inherit his ghost powers, but they would get them in different ways. Jackson, the boy, for example, would get Danny's ghost chill power. He would have the power to turn things cold. He could walk through walls, disappear, and fly, just like his dad. But he would get the cold power, and I think there's another cool power he would have. We'll get to that.
And why does she have the logo? She's not a fighter. She's not. Danny does all the fighting. She doesn't even have like a weapon or anything. Like she's just wearing it for branding reasons, staying loyal on brand.
That in a second. But Misty.
Also, I hate it when like son characters are like a carbon copy of their father, design wise. Like, come on. Like, yeah, are there people out there who look just like their parents? Yeah, but not that much alike. And isn't it more interesting to just draw a different design anyway? Hold on, let me find like a good example of this. That like, well, let me pull up the bad example. So I'm gonna type in Boruto, which is terrible. I'll give him credit that Jackson and Danny are two different names, but you know, Boruto and Naruto, terrible. At least Naruto is like a food. What the fuck is a Boruto? Boruto isn't a food. I mean, there's burrito. That's another reason I don't like it. It sounds too much like burrito. Why does like okay? I feel like they changed this. They gave him all these cool magic tattoos and shit because they're like, yeah, he's kind of too much like Naruto. Let's change him up a bit. So like that's okay. That doesn't really bother me. But like he's just Naruto with bangs. He's Naruto with like clothes from he's got like Adidas on, like an Adidas split thing on, and he has these banana bangs. I don't get it. Boruto and Naruto. Your mom was looked just like you, so maybe I'm just wrong, but I don't know. I feel like if you do a child sequel, they don't shouldn't look like a carbon copy. I feel like you should draw a different design. I feel like it's lazy to just I don't know. To me, that's how I feel. Oh, cool! Someone drew it like as if there is an episode where Boruto goes back in time to meet young Naruto, and someone drew it as if it was the OG show, which is really interesting. But still, like, right, what am I looking for here? I'm lost my train of thought. Okay, really stupid idea, but like, still, I also I don't know. Like, even Kid Naruto's design was just way more interesting than Boruto's. Like, he had this cool like Eskimo jacket thing going on. The Boruto's got this like I just got my fit from the mall thing. I don't know. I don't know. It's not for me. Uh, okay, so let's get a good example of like a kid design. So let's look up. Yeah, so Future Trunks is the is one of the best examples of a really cool design of two characters if they had a kid. So if I know you don't watch Dragon Ball Z, Julia, but like Trunks looks cool. I like Trunks. I like his hair. I love his outfit. Oh, so cool. A cool guy. He looks so cool. Look how ripped he is. Yeah. Look how ripped he is. Um, this is a pretty good picture. But basically, this kid shows up from the future. He's like, I'm a time traveler. I came here. No one knows what his deal is. They don't know why he has the same powers as a Super Saiyan. Because so far at the time of the story, there was only Goku. But then it's revealed that he's the son of Bulma and Vegeta. So then let me pull up Bulma family. Yeah, so what's cool about this is he doesn't look like his dad or his mom. Like, he kind of has his mom's, like, stringy hair, but he's taller than his dad, and he doesn't have the widow's peak, and his eyes are a different color. I don't know. I just, like, I feel like that he's, like, one of the best. I feel like if you have two characters that end up having a kid, try to give him a different design. Like, have elements of the other characters, but, like, make him look like a different person, you know? He even has, like, a different skin tone than the both of them. He's got, like, kind of, like, a tan going on, you know? I don't know. I just really like Trunks' design. Looks really cool. I'm just gonna keep going through pictures of Trunks until people are sick of it. In Super, they dyed his hair the same blue as his mom, which I don't really like, but I preferred the purple, to be honest. I don't know, the purple, I just bought it as, like, because, you know, sometimes, like, people's hair color is, like, the mixture of, like, their parents. Like, one's brunette, one's blonde, so they get, like, a dirty blonde kid. I kind of bought that, like, his hair wasn't as blue as hers because, like, his dad's a brunette, and it kind of fucked up his hair, but then again, he's a Super Saiyan, so he gets... Oh, cool, someone gave him, like, highlights. That's kind of cool. Oh, he's so cool. I love his sword. I love his haircut. I love that he wears the capsule cork thing on his jacket. So cool. Anyway, if you design a kid between two, because part of the story too is like, who is this guy from the future? How does he know so much? Who is he related to? He's got to be related to someone we know, and then it's revealed that he's the the future son of two characters. So we didn't even think we're gonna have kids, because the part of it too was Bulma and Vegeta just didn't get along. They weren't, like, friendly. I mean, she had, like, a slight attraction toward him, but, like, other than that, it was superficial. He was kind of an asshole. She was kind of strong-headed. They didn't, like, gel together. So when, like, you find out they have a kid, you're like, oh my gosh, they had a kid? What? Wow. And then he becomes a hero from the future? That's so cool. Where's his hair? Oh my god, look how his long hair. Oh, he looks so hot. Oh, it's such a good look. Oh, I'm a sucker for dudes with long hair. Oh, he looks so pretty. Oh, beautiful. Husbando goals. Really handsome. Um, anyway, so Butch, if you're gonna, if I let me Google those kids he's looking up. Who do you Google up? The Fantastic Four kids. Let's see. What the hell? Yeah, like these two. That's like or yeah, these two are supposed to be the kids of the the mom. So this is the mom. That's the dad. You can't really see him. Oh, here's the full cover. Oh, what the hell? Let me view image in a new tab. Damn, that did not make it bigger. Okay, so damn it. Okay, I'll find something better. I don't know. They just look kind of corny to me. There's nothing interesting about their design. They're just two kids like, oh, their mom's blonde, so they're blonde. Like, I don't know. There's nothing interesting about their designs that signify them as a person. I don't know. Let me find. He said Lois Lane and Superman's kids. Superman and Lois kids. So people hate Superman and Lois kids comics. First of all, Superman's an alien, and I think one of the creators and one of the writers, I don't know, said that they can't have kids because physiologically it'd be like him trying to impregnate a dog. It's comics, so he can have a kid if he wants, but like still, it's stupid because because when you draw him, it's just Superman again. It's just Superman, but he's not as buff. But yeah, in comics, if a character gets married, if they ever do a comic issue or they show a marriage, it usually doesn't end well for the comic. That's usually when they're out of ideas and they're usually taking a hit. Like he mentioned this in Fantastic Four, like yeah, Superman and Lois are getting a show on the CW, but like honestly, these are some like the comics when they have kids are some of the most least popular comics ever of all time. But since Butch is uber family values, Christian white guy, he can't see his characters doing anything else but having kids.
The plasma blast, that's what she gets. So he's got cold, she's got hot. They both have all the other basic ghost powers, but they each have one special power that Danny doesn't have.
These two are giving me Yin Yang Yo vibes. Anyone watch Yin Yang Yo? Yin Yang Yo. Yin Yang Yo was a terrible show. Yin Yang Yo. Where is it? Yeah, this was Yin Yang Yo. So the whole thing was like they're siblings, but they're twins, and they're just like it's the thing where like their designs are the same because they're similar. Yeah, Yin Yang Yo, and the boy was blue because he's the boy, and the girl is pink because she's the girl, and she had, in case that wasn't clear, she has eyelashes in her design and a bow. In case you didn't know, she was a girl. And then they like the other trope too is like the boy has the sword and the girl has the magic. That's like a trope in like kids cartoons I've noticed that I really don't like, because it's like what is it about a girl that says she can't wield a weapon too? Like I feel like there needs to be more boy healers in and shows. There needs to be like more boys who have like the magic powers and girls who are like maybe not fighters, but I don't know. I feel like the trope needs to be flipped or the convention needs to be changed. Let me try to think of another show that did this that bothered me. There was Yin Yang Yo, and then there was oh man, I'm trying to think. There's another one, but my brain, I had it, my brain lost it. What was it? Boy and Girl. Oh right. Ben 10. Ben 10's another good example. So Ben 10 and Gwen. Yeah, so like they were another. Oh my god, this is cursed. This is so cursed. Oh, there's so much art of this. Why? I instantly regret my decision. But okay, Gwen and Ben are probably better because like their designs aren't like built on like they're the same because they're related, but they have the same eye color, but it's kind of different. She's taller than him, different color hair, so it's like, you know, their designs are okay. But what always bothered me was the fact that Ben got the really cool superhero power with the aliens that everyone wants, and that cursed picture's still there. I can't unsee it. Okay, so I'm gonna have to live with that. So then, oh wait, I just realized Skippy's blocking this picture. Oops. Let me open a new tab. There we go. Okay, now it's more in the center. So Naruto has the magic fox and Hinata has the eyes. Yeah, but Hinata isn't really... Naruto has a lot of problems when it comes to writing its female characters. Like, first of all, Hinata's barely in the show. And she's kind of just there to be the woman Naruto eventually impregnates for the end of the show. So that's another good example of that trope. And then Sakura, for example, was the girl character who was on the team and fought alongside Naruto. But the thing was she didn't have a cool power like Naruto and Sasuke did. She later learns to punch things really hard, which isn't really... like, I don't know, I feel like they're like, oh, she's got to be a strong, independent woman, so let's give her the power of super strength. But that doesn't make sense because everyone has super... There's nothing special about her having super strength when everyone has super strength. I don't know, it just seemed kind of redundant, and it wasn't as cool as what Naruto could do. But, so Ben had the really cool alien power, but she had later she was on the sidelines a lot because she couldn't really do much. So then they gave her karate, and the joke was that, oh, she took a karate class, so she knows how to fight. But it doesn't make sense because like he fights like these big monster alien things, and it doesn't make sense for this like kid to like karate them. Oh, what is this drawing of her? I think this is actually from the show. I don't like that they gave her boobs here. Why'd they do that? She didn't have boobs before. I mean, I guess it's an older her, but still. You know? I mean, like, she has breasts in this picture, but, like, it's not gratuitous. That one was kind of gratuitous, I feel like. Anyway. Maybe I'm just blind. But yeah, see, so she has like the magic bullshit. She has like the magic powers. Ben has the cool powers, and I don't know, it's dumb. Oh my god, there's too much fan art of him and his cousin. I don't like this. Yeah, like this. Like, see, she's supposed to fight alongside Ben, but like, it doesn't make sense because like, she's just doing like a karate pose, I guess, and Ben has the watch. I don't know. Oh my god, what? Why did I Google this? I knew. See, this is why I stopped watching Ben 10 a long time ago, because like the fandom is weird. The fandom is so strange. See, like, okay, they gave her like some side boob here. This looks okay. There's nothing wrong with this. It's just before she had like a bust poking through her shirt, like she didn't have a bra on. I don't know. She got some big old titties. Okay. Anyway, oh no. Oh my god, I hate these. Why do people do this? Why is the internet like this? So yeah, I'm getting a lot of those vibes from this video, and I don't like it.
Okay, special ghost power number 1, Jackson Fenton.
This design's a little better because at least the hair isn't a carbon copy. If I go back.
Power number.
Yeah, before it was just a carbon copy of his dad. Now it's slightly different.
Special
There's some
ghost
like
power
volume
number
to
1,
it.
Jackson Fenton, 10 years old. He has the power to teleport. That's right. Using his ghostly DNA.
I feel like freshmen in college me would watch this and then be like, oh, that's so cool. What if they did have kids? But like the me now that knows about these tropes and
he can't control
is trying to be a better character designer knows that this is like a terrible idea. Also, another thing too is like, why would they wear the Danny Phantom logo? Just because they're his dad? See, with the Superman S, the S is Superman, Superboy, it's universal, but his name's Jackson. Wouldn't his name be Jackson Phantom, not Danny Phantom? So what is the D and the P for? Wouldn't his thing be JP? I don't know.
control it
Doesn't make
perfectly
sense.
yet, but he's getting there. And as soon as he gets old enough to learn how to use it, he's going to be a very formidable foe.
I hate his backgrounds. His backgrounds look so. It's like he takes the airbrush brush and just kind of says "fuck it." I hate it when he. You know, see, you draw really great backgrounds, Julia. Julia, you put some detail in your backgrounds. I draw backgrounds too, but I can get kind of lazy. But this is why you need to learn how to draw. People need to draw backgrounds.
Special Ghost Power number 2.
Don't be like this
Misty
guy.
Fenton. Love that name. I think she, besides having the Plasma Blast and the basic Ghost Powers, she would have the special ability to actually open portals into the Ghost Zone.
See, so she has the magic shit. Why doesn't she have the...
Well,
whatever.
you can only go into the Ghost Zone with a physical, mechanical portal that's in one location. You got to get to the Fenton lab to get into the Ghost Portal. But now, Misty has the power to open up Ghost Portals anywhere she wants, anywhere in the world, because she has the power to open that dimensional doorway, which I think is really, really cool.
I gotta say, Butch, I love the bulge or diaper. She's either wearing a diaper or has a bulge. One of the two. Very, very, very interesting. Like, I'd be down if Danny's kids are trans, but I doubt that Butch is ever gonna write that because Butch hates LGBTQ people.
Okay, so first of all, we could have a lot of fun villains in this show. I mean, we could even bring back some of the main ghosts from Danny.
That's something I always hated about, because this excuse is like, oh well, I'm a Christian, it goes against my beliefs. It's like, I feel like your religion has nothing to do with like your own prejudices towards other people. Like, I don't know, like there's a lot of things that go against people's beliefs, but you don't completely disown a person because of those things that go against your beliefs. I don't know. Oh, you're going to sleep, Julia? Yeah, I'm sorry I went on this long rant, but have a good night. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for the $5. I'll treasure it. It means